You ready for me?
Hey guys, welcome back. So if you guys would like to see how I did this eye look, check the iCards up on the top, here or there, wherever. Just check the iCards, okay? So I'm doing my current foundation routine, as you guys can see, and I'm going in and I'm moisturizing my face with the Nivea Soft Cream. I'm going in and I'll be priming with the Black Up Mattifying Primer. And this is a new product that I'm trying out. So I'm going in and I'm applying that to all the problem areas of my face, which is in the T-zone areas where I oil up the most. I'm using my e.l.f. brush. This is a stippling brush and I'm using that to apply that primer all over my face. So after applying our primer, guys, I'm going to go in with the Elegir Pro Setting Translucent Powder and I will be setting my primer. So this is one of the new things that I've been doing so far and I really like. I really like the way my makeup comes out when I do this. So we're basically setting that primer in. I also went in with some of the Sasha Buttercup setting powder right towards my smile line area because I do tend to crease right there, so I'm just adding a extra layer right there. So what the setting powder does is that because we sweat through our pores, yes, that setting powder there acts as a barrier between the sweat and the foundation, so this reduces the amount of sweat coming through or oils coming through. I did go in and I set that powder because you don't want, when you apply that makeup on top, it will come out patchy. So what the setting spray does is that it kind of blends that setting powder in, so it is more like cream like or liquid. I don't know how to describe it, but it just sets that in. Okay, so you guys can see that I'm going in with concealer, right? And then I go in with my contour color from the Cream Shop palette and I took the darkest one and I apply that onto the areas that I want to contour on my face. This is also another new technique that I'm trying out and so far I like it because it just fills the gap of you going in with foundation first, then applying concealer on top, then applying that contour on top of that foundation. It's like you just put everything on all at once. To me, this process is even faster. I'm also trying out a new foundation. It is still from Maybelline, but it is 38. It's a shade. I went upwards in my shade because I am still at the learning stage, guys, and I am trying to find my perfect shade. And so far, this one looks okay. I mean, on camera, it doesn't blend in that much. Well, once I'm finished blending everything, it all comes together. But on camera, it looks a bit lighter than it actually is in person. Oh my god, it started raining. And I had to run outside looking like this to take up my clothes off the line. Like, oh well. That's it, thank you though. Let's move on with the video. So after I apply all of this, okay, so after I apply that, because as you saw I had to go outside, the makeup started drying on my face, so I applied some more of that face mist. By the way, that is the Vanilla Sugar Raspberry face mist that I applied, so this makes the makeup more tacky for me to blend it out, which I kind of like that it dried down a bit because it was actually easier for me to blend out, right? So I went in with that and you guys saw me going with that brush and I blend out the concealer first so that it can diffuse into my skin and it also blends into that foundation right there. So it's like this technique to me, it helps with the whole diffusing of the makeup onto your face. Like there are no harsh lines when I'm finished applying this makeup. Okay, then what I did was I went in with the beauty sponge and I used that to blend out the foundation. So it's like the foundation and the concealer started melting into each other with this technique. Like it was so mind-blowing to me. I saw this on, what's her name, Savannah tried this technique and I really like the way it came out. So I tried it and I really like the way that it came out on my face. Like really. Now I'm just going in with that sculpting face brush and I am blending out my contour. And I went over back with that sponge that I used to blend out my foundation so that it can blend properly into my skin. Don't forget that contour shade under your chin, guys. You don't want to be looking crazy. And then I went over back with that sponge, right? I use the same sponge but a clean section and I just blend out that concealer that's on my nose as well as the contour color that is on the side of the nose as well. So now I'm going with the Sasha Buttercup setting powder and I use a very tiny makeup sponge, and this helps me with control because I really had a hard time applying that powder with the big sponge. So my advice is to get a small sponge if you're clumsy like I am, and you can just apply that powder easily. So the professional says with this technique of applying that powder under foundation and so on is that you don't have to bake, right? You don't have to bake your face when you're at this point. So I tried that out. I did use way less setting powder than I usually would, and that's what happened. So I went in with the Maybelline setting powder and I'm going in and I'm setting the rest of my face so it can all come together. On my nose right there, I'm still using that setting powder to set that contour color. So what I do, I pat the powder in first, right? And then I go in with circular motions to blend that out together. And I use the same brush with the powder to brush off that excess powder from that excess setting powder from my face. So I wanted a little bit more brightness, so I went in with some more of the Sasha Buttercup powder right on the lower part of my cheek. I did not let it set or anything. I just applied that and I took it off at the same time. I'm going back in with that face mist and I am setting my face again, and like, oh my gosh, when I applied this setting mist on my face, like my face looked so airbrushed. Like it was mind-blowing for me. Like seriously. So I'm going with the glow palette and I will be highlighting my face. I'm taking that shade into the middle. I'm taking that shade right in the middle right there, and I'm just applying that to the high points of my cheek and I'm dragging it onto the end of my brow because you want to connect that together so that it can appear, you know, look real cute and whatever. Like look at that. Oh my gosh. I was really feeling myself with this makeup look, like seriously. So I applied that to the bridge of my nose as well, and this is the finished look, you guys. Hope you did something today and I hope you enjoy watching this video. I really like talking to you guys and I will see you in my next video. Toodles! Ow.